Making my way out of the gift shop, down the stairs, into the entrance of the mine. You can pick out well, you watch a little 4-minute video and it tells you about what to expect, and then you get to pick out a hard hat, and then just make your way down. And you gotta walk down, you're gonna have to walk up on your way out. There's a lot of moisture inside here. Getting significantly cooler also. And about halfway through the tour, the lights get dimmer, and lights get dimmer on purpose to give you more of the effect of what it was like working with just candlelight and the light of the lantern on your helmet that the miners experienced back in the late 1800s. So these rails carry the tram car used to carry rock from the working area to the shaft, where it was dumped into the skip car. Cool. There we have the tram car. Good amount of mold down here, so there's fair warning if anybody's early days of the mine. Early days of this mine saw no convenience like the power drill. Drilling here consisted of a 3-man team. One man held the drill while the other 2 men pounded it with 12-pound sledgehammers. Were drilled 6 to 8 feet deep and put into the shape of the tunnel to be blasted. Chargers went off on Saturday night, and Sunday was clear the air day. Wages ranged from 14 to 21 cents an hour. This large area is called a stope. Here's where a vein of copper was mined. The Delaware mine gave us around 2 million pounds of copper. 8 million pounds of copper. The yield was 98.5% rock to 1.5% copper. Wow, this is really neat. Looks like just a bunch of rotted wood. It's fallen and like these other ones here. I got this one just kind of like laying here. Just kind of leave things as it was. Just imagine what it would have been like in the day, the miners, when they're the last day on the job, where they just, you know, packed up their stuff, came out of the mine one last time and said their goodbyes and hopefully found work doing something else, or, you know, at least found another job, hopefully. This opening is a miner's crawl hole used to move equipment level to level. If not flooded, you'd be looking down 100 feet to level 2. I guess there's a video on YouTube. They had some miners go into the flooded caves and make a video of what they saw. Try to post a the video to that in my description of the video. There's water right there, you can tell where it's flooded. This is the Stoutenburg fissure, or adit, named for the mining captain who found a copper outcropping on the side of the hill. An adit is the tunnel into the mine which reaches the surface. Mining was done on this outcropping, creating this tunnel, and continued for 600 feet below here. When copper ran out, here mining was begun in this red conglomerate rock you are walking through. You can see all kinds of traces of copper in this rock. Yeah, there's some spots where the ceiling really drops down. You know, watch it when you're walking. Here's where the two tunnels of miners drifting east from shaft 1 and west from shaft number 2 met. Amazing state of the art for 1870. Alright, let's check this out. Oops. And just so anyone's wondering, you're not allowed to take anything out of this mine, so if you're thinking about taking a rock, please don't. You might get caught and get in trouble. The high spot in the ceiling is called a raise. This straight-up drilling was needed periodically to check how close the greenstone was, and to stay in line with the conglomerate layer. There's some kind of creature in here. You are now in a small stope. Stoping was done up towards the surface to allow gravity to drop rock into the tram. All stopes in this mine are on a 24-degree angle to follow the 24-degree angle of conglomerate. Yeah, we can see like that angled ceilings here. Very interesting. Says the large pipe going down the shaft is main compressed air line to power all the drills and machinery underground. Yeah, I definitely advise wearing at least a long sleeve shirt, flannel hoodie, sweatshirt, jacket. You want to wear some good shoes. You don't want to wear open toe shoes down here. That's a wise decision. I don't think they really stress that when you start this tour, but they probably should. Overall feel of this tour is really interesting. It's not too often you're gonna get a chance to go walking through a mine like this. Get the feeling of what it was like for 100 years ago. These old copper mines. There's another mine up here in the Keewenaw Peninsula called the Adventure Mine that you can explore, and you can actually go rappelling down into it. And there's also the Central Mine, which is not too far from here. You can stop by the visitor center there and check out some ruins of the old Central Mine. And there's also the Cliff Mine, Ghost Town ruins, not too far from here also. You can see now we're using the lanterns, and it is a little bit dimmer. So still not too bad. I think it'd be cool to be in complete darkness, just walking with your own lantern or candle. You light the candle at the start of the tour, and they just tell you, "Here you go. Don't let it run out by the time you get to the end." Wait, what? Enjoy your tour. Says, "Thank you for touring the mine." So this must be the end of it. I think this was shaft 3, I think they said. You can see the light up there. So you It continues on a little bit here, but this is as far as you go. Put up this high-tech gate. Keep people out. Got the old rails. You gotta love mining, and you gotta love copper to appreciate being in a place like this. And they left everything as it was. Everything's basically untouched and undisturbed. Exactly as the miners left it. Alright, I'm gonna make my way back to where I started here, and there's I think a little bit more to see on the way out, so I'll meet back up with you when I get to the end there. Alright, back at the beginning where you come in here, and just to look at this mold is like, whew, holy cow. As the miners sunk the shaft, they drifted off in exploration. A drift is another name for these level tunnels. At left is the westerly drift, a 200-foot unprofitable tunnel. I guess I thought this was the way out, but I think the way down is also the way back up, so little table set up where you can rest here if you'd like. Oh yeah, this apparently didn't really yield much. They probably saw a little bit of something to maybe give it a shot, but then it was just kind of petered out, and that was the end of it. So yeah, I would maybe recommend for some people, if they're concerned with the mold and mildew down here, to wear some sort of a mask to help mitigate breathing in some of those spores. But we'll see when we get back to the top. Well, hello. I've seen so many chipmunks on my vacation, and they're just so cute and friendly. Why, hello there. Very curious, like they run up to say hello, and then they run off. But all weekend long I've been out here, I've been seeing a bunch of little chipmunks. At the gift house there, that fellow has a pet skunk named Snickers, and he lets you pet it. This is the cutest little thing. I said, you had to remove the scent gland or something, I imagine. He's like, yeah. It's cool how they have the machinery, little pieces of equipment laying out here. Wow, this might actually be the shaft house. This is quite impressive. Chicago Pneumatic Tool Company. Ingersoll Rand. Some of us may recognize that name, Ingersoll Rand. Some people might not. It's interesting to see how all these old pipes are all fitted together and the nuts and bolts of everything, you know. Nice fall day, beautiful, beautiful weather. Awesome views out here. It's a wonderful day to be out here exploring Delaware Mine. It's a nice way to close out my vacation. Got this nice piece of copper in the gift store there. See, it's a pretty big piece. $20, not bad. Can't beat that. I'm gonna try to clean it up a little bit and see if I can make it shinier. So cool. Alright, the last thing to see on the tour, I guess, is this prehistoric mining pit, so let's go check that out. They discovered that they found that the old natives were mining copper out of this area for quite some time before the European settlers came and rediscovered some of these spots. The trench before you represents the remains of a prehistoric copper mine, one of thousands found in this area. The mining pit could be 5,000 years old or more. A fire was used to heat the copper-bearing rock. The cold water was poured onto the rock to crack it, breaking it away from the copper. Maybe we should try that. Stone hammers, such as those displayed in the gift shop, were also used to break the copper into smaller pieces and to form it into implements. It is estimated that the prehistoric miners removed between 500 million and 1.5 billion pounds of pure copper from this region. Many of the modern copper mines began at the ancient sites, since very little of the total amount of copper was removed by the prehistoric miners. Because Michigan's native copper is the purest on the planet, this area produced 2/3 of the entire world's copper from the mid-1800s until well into the 20th century. Interesting. And I guess if you didn't know what it was. Looks like we have another spot over here. Interesting. Alrighty, I want to thank everybody for watching. Until next time, take care and rock on.